Alright everybody, this is Friday, October 10th. On my workbench I have the 600 scale from Ravel, the Klingon battlecruiser, and I'm going to be getting started on this for the 60th anniversary of Star Trek, which will be next September. And I just have a few parts out of the box. You can see here, I'm going to look at the instruction sheet here. I think I'm just going to get started on the front part of the battlecruiser. This part here is going to need to be light blocked. I already washed the kit. I did that about a week ago, so I got that out of the way. Used on soap. And this section 2 here, the rear, I'm going to probably cut this off and do some dry fitting to see how everything fits. But the lighting will be here. Might have it for the impulse and then the warp drive engines. But for right now, I just have a few parts on my workbench. I'm going to get started on his kit soon, maybe tonight, and take some parts off the tree, dry fit it, and see how it all looks. That's what I got going on my bench. I'm starting on this Klingon battlecruiser, 600 scale from Ravel. I'll go ahead and pause for now and talk with everybody later. Alright guys, another update. Been working on the Klingon battlecruiser. I did wire up this, it's the smallest LED tape you can buy that I'm aware of. It's SMDs, and you have to wire it from the back side, which is a really it's not an easy task to do, but I did get it done. And I'm going to use warm white for the lighting, and for the front here, for the front windows, you can see here. I'm going to go ahead and pause, hook it up to a 9-volt battery. Here's this goes on the bottom here, like so. I just got started on this kit, so I don't have much assembled. I got to dry fit a lot of parts too, just to make sure and see how it all works. And this ain't working out for me right now. It should be snapping in there, and it's not. Okay. Okay. That's how it's going to look. Not too bad. Like I said, I just started on this kit. So let me go ahead and pause the camera. I'm going to hook this up to a 9-volt so everybody can get an idea what this is going to look like for the lighting. So let me pause and I'll be right back. Alright guys, you can see right here that lighting is going to look pretty cool. I'm just experimenting right now just to see, but that strip of lighting is going to work out just fine. I just have it sitting on top, but that's what it looks like. Warm white. And once it's all together, you can get the idea of what it's going to look like. That's going to look pretty cool. A closer shot here. Should light up the windows really cool. Now all I have to do, turn this back on. I got to light block it in here. I'm going to either do that today or tomorrow. I got to pull some more parts off the tree here. Got it in the bag, and start dry fitting some parts and see how everything turns out. And hopefully that'll go pretty good, and I won't have any issues with the battle cruiser, and everything's going to go together, and I won't have to do much work. I'm sure there's going to be seam work and all that. That's the fun part of building kits. But for right now, for what I'm done so far, the lighting on here is going to look pretty cool. Hopefully it's going to work out fine. But that's what I got going on my bench today. I'll be getting back on this, and I'll be filming some segments of this. But I'm going to have to start dry fitting some parts to see how it looks and what I have to do. But that's what I got going on my workbench today. I'll go ahead and pause for now, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright guys, another update on the battlecruiser. On my workbench here, I've been working on and off the last couple days, getting it ready for testing for lighting, and get ready to assemble this part of the front of the Klingon battlecruiser, the neck part. Dry fitted it and used some tape. I got a metal rod going in. It goes so far to give it a little bit more support. The front here, I got the bridge. This bridge right here, I have it glued together, and then it's got a top to the bridge, and then this section here is right here. This part here goes right up in here. I'm gonna have to leave all this off when I do paint it because of this pattern right here, but it's coming along slowly. Here's the lighting so far I'm going to work with for the front windows, and then I got to get some lighting for the bottom part of the front section of this, where you can see the windows down there. There's going to be a lot of lighting in the front here and very little in the back, except for the nacelles. I don't think the ship has any nav lights. I'm not sure. I'll have to do my homework and get online and see what I can do, finding some pictures or a video, maybe on YouTube. But not sure. I know these are lit, but I don't know what color. I don't know if they're green or yellow or what. I know that I can be wrong, but I don't think the battlecruiser's got any type of nav lights, at least the original one. And Revell is going by the original on this kit, other than the patterns that they have for the front and the rear of the ship, which I think looks pretty cool. But in order for me to come up with a pattern for the front here, I won't be able to have this up on yet until that's taken care of. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge there. But it's what I got going on my bench. I've been working on it on and off. Like I said, I dry fitted it. I'm going to have to reinforce it in the front here. Probably take this off here. Put it down here. And everything's just falling off because I just have it sitting in place. But here's the front part. I'm going to have to reinforce it in the bottom there to give it a little more strength. I'm going to have to come up with an idea for lighting and light blocking it. But I figured I'd share this with everybody. That's what I got going on my bench. I'll continue working on the battlecruiser here. And once I get a few more steps done, I'll film a little bit more. But that's what I got going on my bench. I'm working on this battlecruiser. I'll pause for now, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright guys, another update on the Klingon battlecruiser. I have it on my workbench. I wired up these 805 warm white. Turn the overhead light off. And looks pretty cool. What I'm going to do today, I have my glue gun warming up. I'm going to wrap it around my little idea here, like so. Go all the way around it. Kind of see here with the glue gun, and then I'm going to put it in here and see. Hopefully it'll light up the windows and do a good job. But that's what I'm going to be getting started on. So I give everybody a little view of what I'm going to get started on. And when I get this all done, I'll put it in the front and I'll film that part so everybody can get a look. That's what I'm trying to spit out. So I'm going to go ahead and pause for now. Glue this in place and then set it up and put it in here and see what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and pause for now, get that done, and I'll be back. Alright guys, back on the battlecruiser. I have this together now with the idea I came up with the lighting. I'll go ahead and turn the overhead light off. I'll have to hold it in place with my finger, but you can get an idea. The lighting's going to look really cool. That warm white is going to look good. So you can see the idea I came up with in wrapping around the 805s around that foam. And I got a piece of I have this here. This piece will go in, and then this piece will lay on top of it to maybe hopefully keep it level. But there's my idea. Looking really cool. All the way around. This is running off of 9 volts. Really cool. So I'm going to go ahead, continue working on the battlecruiser. Now I have to light block it on the inside here, and then this part sits up on top here. get it on. Okay. And I had to work on the lighting for the top here. I already had the 805s ready to go, but I had to work on the bottom. You can see there's some light coming in from the top there. It's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead, pause, continue working on the battle cruiser, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the Klingon battle cruiser. I've been working on and off the last couple weeks, and then took a little break. So far, when I put all this video together and put it up on my YouTube channel, hopefully maybe this weekend coming up, did light block everything, and the little part that goes in the bottom here is like for the front here, as you can see, for like their weapons. And I have a 1mm, you can see here, fiber optic, and I'm going to put a 805. I have a pack here of 5. They're 805. They're red SMDs. I'm going to put one in the bottom here to light that up. It's not going to flicker. It's just going to light up red. I think that'll look pretty cool. And I've been doing my homework. This part here sets up on top here, and some people, when they built the Klingon battle cruiser, they're either red or green. Now Tomi's coming out with the 350 Klingon battle cruiser. It'll be released next year. I did order it, and they have it in green, so I guess it's your call. I could do it in red because the bridge section of the Klingon battle cruiser, I will have it in red, but I think I might want that to match with the engines, have that green. I'll debate that when I get around to that. This part here is the impulse engines, and I don't know if I'm gonna drill this section out here to light up. That's gonna be a little tedious and time consuming. I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna do that. On the back side here, this part here goes on like so, and then there's 2 clear parts, and I might light those up and have them flicker in red. I don't know why they have the rear, or I would say, I guess this is the rear of the top part that sits on the battle cruiser. I have the clear parts right here, and if I can point them out, this part here, you can see, and then this part right here on my finger are clear. The design here, I guess that Revell took it from the Deep Space Nine when they had their trouble with tribbles, and they went back in time to save Kirk. I have cable, so I'm waiting for that episode to air so I can record it and see, but that might be so many moons down the road to wait for that. But since these 2 parts are clear, I'm assuming that's you know, it is part of the engines. Might have those flicker in red. When I get around to that part, I'll figure that out, what I'm going to do with that. This is just I glued this top part on the other day, my finger is, and then I haven't glued anything else together because I'm debating whether I'm going to drill this out and have that light up. It's going to be very time consuming to do that, and I'm not sure yet. So I've got that on the back burner. The windows now, took this off the tree. They are very tiny. You can see here, and I don't know if I'm going to put them in. I might just use some for the windows. I might use I have the ultraviolet. I have the ultraviolet here. I might use that for the windows when I get around to that. But there's going to be a lot going on in the front here. A lot of lighting for the front, and then to get that all together, it's just going to be the windows, the bridge, this part here, this part here. So there's going to be a lot of lighting involved just for the front of the ship. And it's going to be time consuming. Here I picked up from HDA Model Works. This is 805 SMD's tape. It's the smallest I think they make out on the market today. I could be wrong, but this is double density green, and this is for the engines. And I'm going to see if I can hook that up to my battery here. Everybody can get a look at it. Very bright. You can see here, turn the overhead light off. Very bright, but very cool. That will be for the engine effects. And perfect size because the kit's 600 scale. Not a lot of room for the engines to put lighting in, but since these are the smallest that I can find, and I picked them up, like I said, HDA Model Works, they're going to look really cool for the engine effect, for lighting it up. And that's about what I got going on. I have pre-wired 805 green. I have two more here in stock, but I have to add some resistors to these two, or one for the front here if I'm going to go green with this instead of red. So I got a lot going on my workbench of what I'm going to do with the Klingon battle cruiser. I've been working on it, like I said, on and off. I have the, like I said, everything light block. I'm not sure if I'm going to coat the inside with white to bounce the light. It's not very much going on for the lighting and the scale of it. I think the black will be just fine, just a light block, and the lighting should come through the windows just fine. I'll test that theory out before I go any further with it. I figured I'd share this with everybody, what I got going on my workbench with the Klingon battle cruiser. I'll pause for now and see what other steps I'm going to take before I start putting everything together. So I'll go ahead and pause for now, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright guys, back on the battle cruiser. Been working on the engines. I used two of these little strips, and they're a pain in the you-know-what to solder because you got to do it on the back side. I have two of them in this engine here, as you can see. Turn the overhead light off. Looks pretty cool. Both sides. I think it looks really cool. Not like I didn't diffuse the plastic where the light's coming out. I'll have to do that next step, because you can see how the lighting is right now. I can take care of that. Right now I think this is going to work. That looks really cool. So I think I got enough to put together part one on the battle cruiser. I think I got enough together, so I'll look over the videos that I already have, and should sometime this weekend be able to put it up on my YouTube channel. But that's what I'm going to go with. Looks pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and call this a wrap for part one, and I'll talk with everybody later.